Okay. So today we are with
Isaiah.
Isaiah and what's your
Pedro.
name? Pedro. Okay, so they were just walking to this park. This is my first time here. Have you guys been here before?
I've been here before, yeah.
He has been here before.
Okay, so my contest is basically like where I just do interviews with strangers. I just talk to them, ask for life advice, like ask certain questions. First question is, do you have any wisdom to give?
He has a lot of wisdom to give.
I wouldn't say a lot. I always like to take, one day at a time, every day at a time, because nothing stays the same, So if you keep your life living on the edge or moving one day at a time, you'd always be ready for the next day,
Okay. Okay. How about you?
I would say you learn a lot when you have silence and when you hear the person who's talking. Sometimes you think you know everything until somebody else comes in your life. Shows you differently.
So you listen a lot?
Yeah. Yeah, wisdom comes from people who already know something that you don't.
Do you think you learn a lot by listening?
I learn more when I listen than when I don't.
Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, another question I asked is like, what's your favorite song like right now? What are one of your favorite songs right now? And I'm gonna put into like a playlist that everyone can like listen to.
Oof. I think I really like favorite song by Tootsie.
Oh, that song! That song's a good song. I like that song. That song's a good song. How about you?
Take it from me. It's like a little rock band.
Take it from me.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard that song.
Yeah, it's a Kronos or Ronos. I can check real quick.
Is that a popular song?
Yeah, it's about like.
Wait, is it like Take It From Me? Is it like Aha? Is it by Aha?
No,
No, that's Take Me On.
But
That's
I know,
different.
yeah, Take Me On. It's from. Nope, it's fine. I used to listen to Spanish music. That's fine.
Are you from, like, where are you from?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico? Where are you from?
Germany.
Germany? Okay.
Yeah.
You guys like best friends or like?
I think we're good friends.
Yeah, we're good friends.
Work together.
How long you guys know each other for?
2 years.
Has it been 2 years?
Well, 1 year and a half.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Would you guys say you trust each other?
Yeah.
I trust him. I don't know if he trusts me, but I trust him.
I would hope so.
How do you guys feel like doing a first interview together? This is like a first experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely different. Yeah.
Not many
weird.
people ask me to sit on a bench with a microphone. I mean, I can scratch it on my bucket list.
Okay. So one thing that's been on my mind recently is like, how do you deal with rejection? Like, because sometimes I be getting rejected, and like sometimes it actually hurts. And like, and I don't want to do it again. I don't want to try again because I'm scared of getting rejected again.
Just evaluate if it was you, if it was the circumstances, or if it was the person who rejected you. Sometimes you can control it, sometimes you can't control it.
So should I just keep going even though like I get rejected?
It all depends what motivates you. If you're motivated enough, then you can withstand rejection. But if you're not motivated, then whatever happens is just gonna break you down.
So the motivation needs to be there.
Yeah, it's the same thing as going for a walk. Do you want to change tomorrow, or do you want to be happy with today?
That's actually wisdom.
Yeah, that's good, Pedro. Dang. I just say, we get rejected every single day, no matter what's in your life, if it's your love life, whether it's at work, whether it's your personal life, whether it's your own mind battling against each other. Rejection's just a part of life, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So if that rejection isn't killing you, you're always going to get stronger on the other side,
Do you really believe that? Like it makes you stronger?
I do. It makes you stronger physically, mentally, emotionally, sometimes even economically stronger.
When's the last time like you were rejected? Like in what way?
Today. I get rejected by my bosses or my customers, some of the things I do in my day-to-day life, especially as what I do in my career. There's a lot of rejection that comes in with that, or negative attitudes that come through with that.
And you just keep going?
And I just keep going, yeah.
And you become stronger with it?
Yeah, I feel like it makes me stronger. I mean, it makes me better as a person, because if you have everyone agree with you and never reject you, then I guess some people see that as being a king or a monarch or something like that. Nobody wants to.
Yeah, how can you grow without feedback?
Yeah.
Rejection is a type of feedback. Just the way you see it.
Okay. And what made you guys actually like want to do this like interview? It's cool that you guys are, like were down to like you guys are like okay.
He said yes.
I don't know, it's just something different, something interesting. I mean, someone going out there trying to do something different. I respect the grind. And I mean, people probably say no to you, or as you were saying, rejection, because they don't want to be on camera or they don't want to do it. But there's always those some people that go out there, and you kind of need those people to lend out a hand or reach out, help you forward.
Yeah, like you're just like okay.
Yeah.
You didn't ask any question. You're like okay. Like that was really nice and cool.
Yeah.
Okay, next question is how do you deal with regret?
With regret. Well, with regret, I would say I deal with it.
Professional help. That helped me a lot. You know, making sure you understand why you're feeling regret. So not fighting people around you and just fighting the reason why you're feeling regret. So sometimes you need professional help to make sure you aim to the right thing. Because if not, you just feel everybody is against you. So just...
Does professional help like a lot?
Yeah. You know, professional help helped me a lot. Because for me, it's like you don't understand what's right, what's wrong, what made you feel that way. And then it's like somebody who's outside is giving their opinion, and like they are educated, so it's like they understand like what is just noise and what is not noise. Sometimes you're just so in a tunnel when you're just feeling regret. So, you know, it helps to have that person who's not family, who's not somebody you know, it's somebody who's like, it's their job. So it helps to take out those like variables.
Like when you're inside the tunnel, like how do you get out? Like
Professional help. I mean, you can do it just as much as you can when you're by yourself, but I mean, we're human, so it's not like we are superhuman. You know, it's okay if you need help. It's okay if you need to ask somebody or talk to someone, but not everybody is capable of giving you that help. That's the same as somebody who understands like what you need at the moment or what you need in the future.
what are some like big things you learned from like getting professional help?
Being more mature, understanding why things happen, understanding what I have control over and what I don't have control over. You know, not beating yourself up too much, understanding that life goes on tomorrow, no matter what happens to you or to people around you. It's just, you know, being an adult. I feel like that's definitely helped me a lot.
Okay, with what you said, like not beating yourself up too much, like recently, I can't even lie, I've been beating myself up a lot, like mentally, because like I've made mistakes in the past, right? And like it eats at me. Like sometimes I'm like, yo, why did I do that? Like, and then I'm just like, I feel like something's like coming after me. Like, you know, I feel like there's impending doom, like that type of feeling. And like it feels like I can't breathe sometimes. You know, like when I think about it, like I just get trapped in it. Like how would I deal with that? Like how, like any like tips or tricks?
I mean, my idea of regret's way different than Pedro's over here. I try not to regret anything because I always think, well, I'm a big believer in fate of everything happens for a reason. So the mistakes I made in my life or the things I've done were meant to make me, I guess, a better person or to make me stronger at the end of the day. Even if I don't see it now, later down in my life, I'll see it later on. So my views kind of differ from Pedro's just a little bit. So I don't know. I couldn't really answer your question.
It just, like you said, depends on the grind. You know, are you the type of person who's going to wake up the next day and be like, I'm going to do it again? Or are you the type of person that's going to be like, I'm going to try something else because this defeated me? So, you know, that's, for me, that's regret. It's just, you know, feeling bad for not moving on what would have been and what it is.
Do you believe everything happens for a reason?
I believe you have some control over the things that happen to you. I mean, if you're driving 80 miles per hour and you hit a wall, you have control over that. But I do feel like, if your brakes are cut off and you can't press the brake, then that's a reason that you can't control. So it's just a balance between what you can control and what you can't control. What, if you're going to do this or you're going to do that. So it's more about, what's the term, when you have a choice. But yeah, it's like having
Free
a
will?
choice.
Yeah, free will.
Okay, so like I used to have like the same mindset. Like I still kind of do like everything happens for a reason. But like I think like sometimes it's hard to like truly adapt that mindset for some things.
I can see that, especially in this day of age, where there's so many different viewpoints and different things going on in the world. You like start thinking free will, fate, things like that. I guess it's really just a person's beliefs and how you want to kind of see your life unfold in front of you. Maybe sometimes if you believe in like that fate, it gives you less of responsibility that you're making these choices in your life, whether they're right or wrong. I guess gives you a little relief off your shoulders to kind of think of it that way. That's how I see it.
What do you think about this day and age? Like, what do you guys think?
It's different. I mean, we're still pretty young too, so.
How old are you guys?
I'm 24.
I'm 27.
So, yeah, I mean, we're still in that millennial age, but we can definitely see there's a difference like 10 years from now than today's age. But, times change, the world's changed every year, every decade, every century, things change, and it's just part of the world we live in.
Do you guys think AI is gonna like take over? Have you seen like the AI videos?
I think it's getting close, yeah. It's definitely something that's the world's moving towards, and I mean, we see it in all of these movies and say that it's not gonna happen, but it's probably the closest thing that's gonna
happen.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, we didn't even like actually think like it was possible. You know what I'm saying? Like back then, we used to be like, like, you know what I'm saying? We used to think like, no, that's not possible. Like now we're actually like getting to that point where it's like, oh.
Yeah, especially with Chat GPT and all these other AI things, people are seeing how helpful and how bad it can really be because it's making us as humans lazier because we're using AI so much to do everything for us.
Jobs away from the artists. So.
Yeah.
Or jobs away from people who, had jobs before, managing databases for, just customers.
How would you guys like feel about going to like an AI doctor? Like just like a.
I feel like you might actually have a better chance like finding something wrong with you. Because, I mean, a person is so limited at what they can think of. No matter how much schooling you can go to, they're not a computer, they're not a database of, they know exactly what's wrong with you, but they do have that more empathetic or sympathetic viewpoint when they're dealing with people or whatnot.
So maybe like if there's a surgery that has to happen, maybe the AI is going to be like, let's amputate. And then maybe a doctor's going to be like, maybe give them 2 more good years instead of amputating. So that way you enjoy your life instead of not having a leg. So maybe the AI is not going to be able to take that decision, but it's going to take the better decision. It's just not the better for you, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like AI, like I feel like it's like more like safe, but at the same time, it's like less human. Like you know what I'm saying?
It's dangerous.
It's kind of like sad, like we're taking away human interactions.
Oh, we do it every day right now with the online social media and just like, being on the phone all the time. So what's the difference if it's AI? It's just changing the person who's already doing it into a literal AI.
Can you imagine like what it was like living like 30 years ago? 30, 40 years ago? Like,
I mean, you can just
go. There was no internet.
Go to the Amish. They're still here. You can just go and enjoy for a week. But yeah, I mean, I guess it was harder because you had to deal with people more, and now you don't have to deal with people, so you can have your own little bubble, and you can just be like, this is not for me. So same reason what you're having, maybe the issue with people walking around and it's like they don't even put attention to you because, oh, I can just choose not to. Like 30 years ago, we would have technology, so it would be harder for us to be like avoiding people or being outside of our comfort zone.
Okay, what's a fun fact about you guys? Like, just name a fun fact. Like a cool fact, fun fact.
Mine is I have celiac disease.
Well, like I've heard of that, but like, what is that? Like, I'm not really like informed on that.
So essentially, it's where your body has intolerance of gluten, so wheat, rye, oats, barley, things like that. It can't process it or digest it when it's going through your body, so it kind of makes you sick because it's refusing those nutrients that you kind of need, and it ends up hurting your body. So like whenever you hear gluten-free anything, that's usually what it's referring to, those kind of people. But now they've also kind of made it into a diet where it's supposed to be a very healthy diet for you, not having gluten.
Oh, is it like hard living with that, or is it like?
It used to be, I mean, really like 10 years ago, they really didn't have any gluten-free options as much as they do now, because it wasn't like widely known. I think when I got diagnosed with it, they said it was still only like 30 years in the knowing, like they were still doing research and whatnot on it. So like it wasn't that big at all, but nowadays you see it a lot more, and there's a lot more people who are gluten-free or have celiac disease. And it's kind of like a community now of people who can't eat gluten, because, I mean, if you really like bread, then it kind of sucks not having, being able to eat those things. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How about you? What's a fun fact about you?
None. I don't have any.
It could be anything. It could be like, you know how to play basketball, or like you play soccer, or like you play football, or like you ran a 500-meter thing. Yeah.
I mean, came from Puerto Rico with a bag of clothing, I guess. That's a fun fact. I mean, I don't...
Wait, so you actually came from Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they shipped me there in a box. No, I came in a plane. I came to Puerto Rico, and, you know, I've been here ever since.
How old were you, like, when you came?
Oh, I was old. I was 22. That was about 5 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you miss Puerto Rico? Like, do you still visit there?
I mean, I do miss it, but I do want to keep moving forward with my life, so that's why I'm here. But it's nice. I mean, it's hot all the time. There's a beach there. It's more than one beach. It's more than, you know, less than 5 hours like here to go to one beach, so, yeah.
It's true.
What's Puerto Rico like? What is it like there?
What's tropical? It's hot. It's humid. There's some, you know, very good tourism. It's really good food. It's like a vacation. You know, it separates you from Ohio. Ohio, it's the complete opposite. It's horrible weather. It's sometimes raining, sometimes it isn't. So, you know, it's more like in the movies, I would say.
How about like the culture and the people?
Oh, I mean, music is a lot, for me it's a lot better because I'm from there, but like the people are a lot more like family-wise. Here it's a lot more distant. People are more wary about it here, about their emotions, about what they know, about their relationships. Over there it's more like, you know, everybody knows everything. Because everybody's on the same boat. But yeah, it's just different.
Do you think like here it's like more like low key, but like there's like everything's
So
more
the culture here is more like I have my own house, my own space.
Yeah.
You have your own house, your own space. Well, there it's more like, you know, it's not about the house. It's more about, hey, who you're with, what you're doing, what you want to do. So it's more like interactive. While here it's more like I have my own space. I'll do what I need to do. If you want to go, we can go. But, you know, it's not as, I would say, as they don't participate as much. So like everything is more distant, or like plans are more cancelable. Like you can cancel plans a lot faster here than there. So yeah, it's a bit harder to live here, for sure.
Yeah, it sounds kind of like more secluded, like more sad.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like music, parties, eating out, just having fun. It's a lot more different here than there. It's a lot more easier there.
What made you like come to Ohio, like out of all places?
My family. So I
Wait,
mean,
so your family's here?
not anymore. They moved, but it's just the opportunity of growth, the opportunity of, being more than just living in Puerto Rico, than, just living and doing the same thing your whole life. So I mean, Ohio just gives you that opportunity of getting a better job, getting a better car, getting a better home, getting a family, getting kids, getting dogs. The American life. So Puerto Rico is part of a recession. It owes a lot of money to the United States. So the healthcare is not the best. The infrastructure is not the best. Like, if I wanted to have a kid in Puerto Rico, it's not the best either. So, just looking for a good future.
When do you think you guys are you guys dating anyone? Are you guys dating anyone?
Yeah, I'm married.
Oh, you're married?
Yeah.
Dang. How long?
It's about to be a year here in August.
Oh, how's a married life? Like, how's that?
I mean, most people would think it's different, but the person we've been dating for 7 years. I've known him for about 12, 13 years in middle school, so we've known each other for a long time and lived together for a while. So I guess when we got married, it wasn't really anything different, but
Oh, that's like a long,
it is a long time, yeah.
it's that middle school long.
Yeah.
Could you like imagine it back then, like what it'd be right now? Like, could you imagine it?
No, definitely could not. Especially not being committed that long to someone or for someone.
When did you like realize like she's the one? Like, when did you realize that? Like, when did it hit you?
Probably the first time after she rejected me. And then I was like, oh, okay. So, I mean, it just makes you try harder. And then, like I said, at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. So maybe at that time, it wasn't her time, she wasn't ready. And then now it is, so now we're happy.
Wow, that's sweet. How do you like navigate like struggle within your relationship? Like, how do you navigate it?
A struggle, I mean, every relationship's gonna have struggles. My biggest thing is kind of looking at it from another perspective. So there's multiple perspectives you can look at. You can look at your own, which most people do. And that's usually where fights come out or relationships don't work. But also looking from their perspective, or maybe an outsider looking and kind of what they can see, because everyone sees what they want to see, but never what they're supposed to see. So kind of thinking about that when going through struggles or tribulations or things like that has kind of helped move things forward.
But you're 24?
I'm 24, yeah.
You don't like talk like you're 24, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I get that a lot.
why is that? Like,
Maybe just the way I grew up. Was part of a military family too. I went to a military college in South Carolina, the Citadel. So going through that kind of stuff, I really wanted to be in the military, but fortunately ended up not being able to get in because I got medically disqualified, but that was kind of the goal.
how do you get medically disqualified?
So I had too many heart surgeries, and then kind of my celiac disease kind of pushed it away. So the military kind of saw it as a liability in case I were to have any other episodes while in the military with my heart, since the heart's kind of a vital point in your body. So they saw it to where I was kind of unfit to be in there in case I ever got deployed or anything like that.
What made you want to like join the military? Like, what made you like?
Well, all of my parents my grandparents were in the military. My mother was in the Army. My dad was in the Air Force. My other dad was in the Marines.
Wow.
My uncle or grandfather was in the Navy. So like every single branch was kind of filled up, and I've kind of known the military all my life. And I just wanted to serve my country, you know.
How was like having like everyone in your family like basically be part of the military? Like, how was it like living with that?
I mean, it was different. It was crazy. I mean, I didn't mind it as much. There was a lot of structure and whatnot within my life. and a lot of discipline. So most people don't see that nowadays, especially. They're not as disciplined as they used to be, or like they say, like the old days, but I didn't see it as a problem. I always saw it as something that was good that would help me later in life.
Is it like scary, like having your family be in like the military, and like being in those like areas?
Sometimes, not really. I mean, the military does a pretty good job of making sure that the family's taken care of whenever your mom or dad is getting deployed or whatnot. So you have that kind of support system there. And then if you're like on a military base, like in Germany, we were stationed in Spengalum, military base in Germany.
Wait, so you came from Germany? Like you actually oh.
I have a dual citizenship in Germany because I was born in a German hospital, so I was born off base, so I had the German citizenship and the U.S. citizenship too.
Oh.
So, it's kind of cool.
So for secondary, you would have been raised in Germany and now come to the United States if you didn't have your parents on the base.
Yeah, something like that.
Wait, so do you live in Germany like for a long time, or like?
I'd say for a good 10, 11 years. And then we kind of moved back after I had to get heart surgery for my heart problems. So we kind of moved because of me. And then my dad ended up getting stationed in Ohio and then ended up retiring in Ohio. So we kind of stayed here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how, do you remember living in Germany? Like, do you remember how it was?
Yeah, I do. I felt like it was, if you thought Ohio was kind of bipolar, Germany's probably even more. It'd be like gray skies most of the time. But there was a lot to do over in Germany. I have a lot of good memories over there. Different castles to go see or different like parks. I had some really good memories that we made over there.
What are some of like your favorite memories, like the most memorable ones?
There was a place called Eiffel Park, really cool place. Since Germany doesn't have the kind of restrictions the U.S. has, some of the roller coasters and rides and things didn't have those safety precautions. So you could like go on this roller coaster and control the speed on your own.
Wait, what?
But
that was the thing?
Yeah. So if you didn't slow down when you were coming around a turn, you're going straight off. I had a couple of friends do that. And then they had this place called Barefoot Park where it was, you walk around the park barefoot, but there's different things you can step on. Like there's corks, a creek you can step across, super cold mud, just kind of anything you can think of that you would step on that, of course, wouldn't really hurt you, but it's just a different feeling. It was different. It was cool.
Yeah. It's really sweet. Do you guys ever like miss your childhoods?
No.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Sometimes.
I feel like it was great. It was nice, but it passed. And if I think about it, I'm just going to be thinking about regrets and stuff. So I'm like, nah, it was fun.
So usually like when regrets come up, you try not thinking of it?
No, I just think that I'm a better person now. And I don't have to be thinking about the past. Because if I just keep thinking about the past, I'm not going to be living the present. And then I'm not going to be like hopeful about the future. So I'm just going to be like, you know, some of these people who are just like always thinking about like their errors or their issues or other people. And it's like, I just want to keep moving forward. And I do feel like childhood was great. And there's moments in my life where I'm like, damn, I can put it on a little like picture frame, but like I just reminiscent of those things. I don't overthink about it.
Yeah.
That's good. I miss my childhood a little bit. Not a crazy amount. Crazy as it seems, I enjoy being an adult, doing my own thing, being able to have my own rules, I sort of say. But yeah, there's definitely things that I miss about my childhood, or I'm spending that extra quality time with family or whatnot that you don't nowadays that you're older.
Yeah, sometimes like I be thinking like, wow, like I miss like hanging out with my family. You know what I'm saying? Like when we were all like all just together, a bunch of like in Wolf Lodge, like in like the hotel. You know what I'm saying? Like just like going down to the slides and coming upstairs eating pizza. Like sometimes I be thinking about that. I'm like, man, where did those days go?
Yeah, feel that.
Well, I feel like a lot of people don't understand when we turn 18 or 21 or 25, like adult life happens. Like it's not that your parents don't want to be with you anymore, but everybody's aging. So I mean, you got to do responsibilities. You got to choose what you want to do with your life. Choose to have a family at one point. And I do feel like childhood is really fun because you're growing, but at some point you're grown. So it's like you still get your days with your family and everything, but now you got to consider: do I want a family? Do I want to have, grandkids from my parents? So I do feel like a lot of people miss the point of like life. So like it's just to be your parents at some point, which is a nice thing to think about.
Do you ever like think like, dang, like where did my time go? Like why am I so old now? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I be thinking like, man, why am I so old? And like I'm not even like that old, but like I'm old. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't feel that old. I do feel like sometimes the time goes by fast, but right now in my life, it feels like it's going slow. Slow enough to where I can enjoy it and whatnot. But I don't feel like it's flying by.
Really?
Too crazy, yeah.
Yep. Right now it's standing still at this point.
Wait, why is that?
It might be just the type of work you're doing, the type of living you're doing, the type of decisions you're taking. Even though maybe the month is going the same time, because of course time passes the same, maybe the activities you're doing, the way you're feeling is different. Like maybe you're feeling a certain way, then time just flies because you're not happy with what you're doing. But then if you're happy, it's a lot like you're enjoying the time that's passing.
So what do you think it is for you that makes like time stand like more still?
Well, relationships, family, having good moments, having fun, just appreciating life. It's just time. We don't have time, so time flies and then you can't get it back. So just making sure you invest it in what you like and what you love.
It's fair.
Do you think like, how do you know if you're making the most out of your time?
How you feel. So if you feel happy with what you're doing, then you're making the most out of your time. If you feel miserable, and every day it's the same miserable journey, then unless you, like I said, you feel motivated that at some point it's going to be different, then why do it? So if you're happy with what you're doing or you're happy where you're going, even if you're miserable, then you're enjoying your life or you're enjoying your time.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. Got nothing more to say on that one.
Okay, let's ask like one more deep question. What do you think the point of life is? Like your purpose in life. Like what do you think your purpose is?
Find happiness. Just be fulfilled. Some people want to have families and want to have a kid and that person be successful. Some people want to have the most money in the world and that's what they think it's happiness or fulfillment. But just, making sure you think about it, 50, 60 years from now and, be happy with what you did. Just be like, hey, I did this all my life. Because some people, like, I see in Japan, there's like cooks that are like 60 years old. It's like third generation business. They do the same thing for 50 years, but they're happy. And they might not be a person on social media. They might not be a person that is recognized, but it's something that they perfected and they're happy with it. And I feel like that's something we gotta always think about. Like, even if it's not something that your family wants, or it's something that's gonna give you a lot of money, if it's fulfilling you all your life, then it's worth doing.
What do you think would make you happy? Like,
Well, I
what's your
guess
goal?
that's what we are figuring out. Every day there's some things that I think are gonna make me happy and they don't. Or there's some things that I don't know that are gonna make me happy and they do. So it's just being open to everything. And then if you see some things that work, just keep doing those things.
It's fair. It's fair. I guess I would say just chasing your dreams. Because, at the end of the day, if you fulfill one of your dreams, then you have nothing left to live for, nothing to work towards. So always finding different dreams, finding different things to accomplish kind of gives you that fulfillment on what you can do in your life, how much you can do, and how hard it is to do that thing, whatever it is. That kind of gives me fulfillment.
Now, what's your dream?
What is my dream? I guess to to provide and make the people around me, make my family happy, and give them everything I never had.
That's good. Yeah. You guys seem like really chill and cool people.
Yeah.
Pretty chill.
Yeah, try to be.
Like, what do you guys think about the interview, like the video? What do you guys think about the questions? Like, any like changes I should make? This is like the fourth episode, I think, or maybe fifth episode.
I think you had some pretty good questions, some eye-opening, life-opening questions. They're good. Good delivery.
Good follow-up.
Yeah. I think it was pretty good, you know.
I mean, I've done these all the time. Every time I go to the park, somebody waiting for me to talk to me, and I'm like, second time? Yeah, let's go. I mean, if it wasn't for him, I would have not be sitting here. So I guess the approach that you gave him was enough for him to sit down and make me sit down. I don't know what other approach. I mean, I guess that's the hardest part, right? The first step. Mm-hmm. Besides that, I mean, it was pretty good.
Are you happy you did it? Like, are you happy like you did it because of him?
No, I'm still uncomfortable. I would still say no. Yeah.
That's fair.
But yeah, I mean, hey, it's an interview, right? So it was pretty good.
Okay, and then each episode, like for each like podcast episode / interview, like I like name the episode like whatever the people want me to name it. So what do you guys want me to name it?
Strangers in the Park.
A walk down memory lane.
Walk down memory lane. Okay. Let's. Okay. Since we're. Okay, that's good. I like that. Walk down memory lane.
Yeah, I give it to him.
I like that. Okay, let's name one more. Like, let's name one embarrassing memory. Each one of us.
One embarrassing memory. Let's see. All right, I got mine. So I was an athlete through high school and college, and at the time of my school, I ended up breaking some records or whatnot, holding the school records. So I thought.
What sport?
Track.
Okay.
Yeah. So I thought I was the fastest person out there, and I go into the mile run to do it. This is at it wasn't state. It was one lower. I can't even remember. Regional? No, not regionals. It was one less than that. But it really got me humbled because I thought I was doing the mile at a pretty fast pace, and then all these other people zooming past me, and then at that last 100 that you have, because a mile is 4 laps around the track, everyone's already finished, and I get this slow clap because they're just telling you to keep going, finish, and you're almost there. And that kind of really embarrassed me and humbled me. Realized I wasn't that fast, and I still had a lot of work to do to get there.
Like, how did you feel like after that happened?
I wanted to crawl under a rock, get out of there as quickly as possible. It was horrible.
Okay, that was a good one. How about you?
I don't know. I guess when I was taking high school, I was doing a science project. I was thinking like, oh, this is a great project. I was doing a project about how like open world games or linear games or just like arcade games would make a difference in the like attention span of the user. And then I did that for like 6 months, and then once I got there, I had a half-baked project. Everybody had like chemical stuff, the moon, gravitational stuff. And then this person, I think it's like Proctor, started asking me questions, and I'm like, yeah, it's a game. It's a game. You move. It's open. It's a game. It's linear. I just did it for the money. I felt really bad. I was like, I don't even want this money anymore. It was $200 in 2012. I was like, I'm rich. But I just did not like how I got it. I was really embarrassed. I was like, my professor didn't want to see me in the face. She did not talk to me the whole ride to the back to the school. So, yeah, I did not participate again. They said, not this year anymore.
How did you feel? Like,
Well, now as an adult, I felt disappointed. I was like, I did not get the picture, did not get the whole idea of the project. I was just thinking about the money first. And I think if I had put my intentions in something different, it would have definitely been a lot better. But I was not as competitive as I was now. So, yeah, it's like you don't want to be recognized by that.
okay.
That's fair.
Okay, I shouldn't even remember embarrassing moment. I need to think, because I honestly did not come prepared. How do you guys think of embarrassing moments? Like, what came to your mind when you were thinking of like of an embarrassing moment?
Or when you think you're able or you're good at doing something and then somebody else humbles you. Like in his case, when he's running, he thought he was faster than everybody else, but then they were actually faster. So you're just naive and you're ignoring a lot of your situations around you just because you think you're better. So in my case, it was money. So it's like, it was embarrassing because it made me realize like I'm wrong. And then I should have realized it before.
Okay. Embarrassing moment. You guys have some good ones. My one, I'd have to say like, it probably has to do something with a girl. Like, probably like, I think it was in 8th grade. There's this girl that I liked. And she was just staying by her locker, and then I thought she liked me too. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought she liked me too. I was like, oh, like she kind of likes me. So then I went up to her. And I was like, oh, like so, like, do you want to date or something? You know what I'm saying? Like I just thought that's how it worked because I've never had a girlfriend. So I was like, do you want to date? And then like she was just laughing, and then she was like, she didn't say anything. And then like later on, I think like she told her friends, and then like I think like I just got made fun of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was playing a little bit in high school. Like a whole week, I thought I had a girlfriend, and then they were just having fun with me.
Why does that happen? Why is that? That's so cruel. Why does that happen?
Yeah, well, they are trying to have fun and, see where they can get it. I mean, it is fun to make fun of others. So take advantage.
How did you feel like when like you found out like?
I should have known better. Yeah, I think that's the first reaction I got. Especially now, like when I think about it, it's just, I should have known better and maybe been more understanding that person, maybe that's how they feel. Like maybe they're hiding other stuff and that's how they think they're having fun. But yeah, it happens. You just got to move along.
I like talking to you guys. Like I don't want to end this conversation because I like talking to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Let's ask one more question. What do you think? What's an interesting question that you guys can think of? That would be good to ask.
I feel like when people put a lot of time and effort into something, sometimes it's not what they want. And I feel like that's something that you should ask yourself sometimes, especially me. Like sometimes I want to do a project about like automation and like robot hands, and then it's like 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks in, I stop it. So I do feel like sometimes you got to stop what you're doing and ask, is this what I want to do? Or is this something somebody else is trying to make me do? So it's like an interesting question I ask myself sometimes when I'm just doing random things.
Yeah, sometimes like I just like get what I want, right? And then like all of a sudden like I'm like I don't really want this. Like why am I even doing this? You know what I'm saying? But then there's always that need or desire to always want it again, and then you're like, but like am I just gonna feel the same way? Am I just being stupid?
Like with nowadays with the dopamine hits and all about like TikTok, just going to the next thing, it's gonna make me feel better. I do feel like a lot of that stuff is just hard to get out of, and trying to understand like enjoying the long moments instead of just the short and sweet moments.
Nice.
How about you?
Am I asking a question or?
Yeah, an interesting question.
Yeah.
I guess what's everyone's favorite hobbies? A hobby can tell you a lot about a person. So.
Okay, what's your favorite hobbies? Like what are your guys'?
I'd say mine is, I'm big on like collecting swords and whatnot and different relics. So in my house, I have a wall of swords. I'm really intrigued with.
But do you have a picture of it? Can I see it?
Oh, he has to have a picture of it.
I don't have my phone with me right now.
That's true, I can run.
Really cool, but I'm really intrigued with katanas and whatnot, and like the Japanese cultures, samurais, things like that. So I kind of collect those. I have a whetstone to sharpen my swords and whatnot. I have a couple custom-made ones and some that my family members gift or whatnot. So
what's a whetstone?
So a whetstone is something you use to sharpen either a blade or a knife or whatnot, where you kind of have to get it wet. There's a certain way to do it, a certain way to scrape the blade. You have to do it at a certain angle. Make sure it's not too wet, like it's fully submerged, but it has a little bit of water on it to get that metal to be sharpened as much. And there's different it's kind of like sandpaper almost, but not really. But there's different levels to it.
Oh. What got you into that? Like, do you ever use the swords, or you just have it
Sometimes.
Every time I go to the house, he's like, try me. And he opens the sheet, and he's like, all right, let's see where this goes. No?
I say sometimes, just to see how sharp they are and what they can cut. I know when I did my custom-made one, it came all the way from Japan. When I got it, I started slicing water bottles or kind of being like Fruit Ninja and slicing fruit. And it surprisingly cut really smoothly and easily, like it was butter.
Really?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Like, is there like a way, like, you know how to hold it? Like, you know how, like...
I wouldn't say I'm a professional at holding them, or I don't know any like different moves or techniques with them, but it's fun to play with and cool to collect and cool to look at. And whenever people come over, they're usually very intrigued with doing that stuff.
Yeah, that's very unique. Like, that's like, I'm like, you're the first person who I like know that does this. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't like met a person that does this before.
It's cool. Yeah.
How many do you have? Like, do you have like a lot? Like,
I'd probably say about 13 or 14.
dang.
Wow.
And I have some training swords too, so they're like wood and bamboo sword sticks that you can practice and fight with
That's
whenever
sweet.
playing with your friends.
That's sweet.
So that's our next step, and then it's real swords. So how far are we in the team?
Very far.
Oh, okay.
How about you? What's
Technology.
technology?
Yep.
Like, what was technology?
I use computers, VR, just AR, just simulation, stuff like that, and just enjoy technology. So, you know, like steering wheels, sim racing, flying controls, just mimicking reality in your room. That's one thing I really like a lot.
But do you have like one of those things like those like those?
I was going to, but then I spent a lot in my computer, and now I'm broke for a whole month. So I'm grounded myself because I don't have money anymore. But that's my whole future, and it's just having like a chair, having an actual like monitors, 3 monitors, having like a rumble. And then you can also have a chair that rumbles and moves and mimics like the game.
Well, you can have a chair that does that?
Yep. Yeah, a platform. For VR, you can also have like a platform where you use socks and you can run in place. So for me, it's like technology is the future. So I do like a lot of technology. It does enable you to do a whole lot more than reality. So like, you know, you can experience a million stories through video games and all that, but you cannot forget reality because then, you know, same thing with AI. You're just going back on humanity and all that, but I just love it. Automation, you know, the future that it could help, what it could do. That's at least my hobby.
What does AR stand for? You said AR.
Oh, it's a alternate reality.
Augmented reality.
Augmented reality.
What does
So
that
it's
mean?
so instead of putting you in a whole virtual world, it just uses your real world and puts virtual items inside of it. So let's say you got some sunglasses. You can see the whole thing, but then you can see something pop up from the floor. And then you can see, like, if you're going to buy a car, you can see the whole car in, like, 1-on-1 scale. And you can walk around it.
Oh.
Yeah, so, like, in Xbox Showcase, they use Minecraft, and then, like, you can see, like, a little platform, like a little square where you can see the whole game just going around.
Oh.
Yep, so they're using augmented reality for, like, doctors when they're like doing surgeries and all that, or when you look into the anatomy of the body. So it's a lot easier to visualize things.
That's pretty sweet. Do you have like a favorite video game that you played?
Usually it's just more like, Pavlov. It's just like a war game. And so you could have your controllers and you can control like guns and all that. But there's also like car games, so, like you can be, like I said, with the steering wheel.
Do you have like a controller gun? Like?
Not necessarily. So you do have like controllers, but it's more like a mounting thing. But they still haven't gotten there yet with like controller guns and all that. But it's more, I've been using it more now for like car games or airplanes. So like Microsoft Flight Simulator, where you can control like a whole Airbus or a Boeing 737, go from one place to another. So it's really fun.
Is it like pretty accurate?
The game, yes. The VR, not necessarily. Because, it's a control, so you're not like actually hitting the buttons. You're hitting buttons. But the game is pretty accurate. So it's a simulation game.
Okay. What's the closing message for the video?
Don't play with real swords. I mean, it's a given.
I don't know. I guess chase your dreams even if you think they're unachievable.
I like that. Look at that. Okay, that's the end of the video.
Sweet.
I forget you guys' names. Oh, wait,
Isaiah.
Pedro.
Pedro, I knew that.
And Isaiah.
Isaiah, okay. Zamir.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Zimmer.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice meeting you. Thank you guys for doing this.
Yeah, no problem.
of
Like, I actually really appreciate it.
Same here.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, good luck with it.
Thank you.